Hi, my name is Kathleen O'Neill Regan. I go by Katie. I'm from Woodbridge, Connecticut. I am the owner of Lucky You Irish Goods. It's an Irish store in Hampton, Connecticut. My famine story, actually I'm first generation. My parents immigrated here in 1950. My dad, William O'Neill, is from Waterford, and my mom is from County Kerry, Port McGee, the Kingdom. They met on the boat when they came over in 1950. My dad died when I was 18, 1981, and my mom's still living at 90. She continues to be going strong. Like many of the Irish, I don't really have, personally, that famine story. Fortunately, my dad probably would have had them, but he died, as I said, when I was 18, and I wasn't listening back then. And that's probably why I'm so interested today. My mom doesn't really say much about Ireland. She's one of those kind of Irish that, let's not talk about it. When she left home, when you ask her why'd you leave, she would say, I left because you can't eat rocks. So that's all we know. She came here, her sister was here, and she had an aunt and two uncles here. My husband is also Irish. His mom is from Tipperary. She came in 1954. And the Regan side has been here since 1852. His great-great-great-grandfather came from Limerick. He came as a child. Interesting enough, his great-grandfather married his name was Michael Regan, and he married a Catherine. I'm Kathleen. And they had twin girls, and we have twin girls. So I'm always interested in that pattern that keeps showing up in our family tree. One of the reason why I'm really into my Irish heritage is kind of a way that I connect with my dad. Since I think the immigration really probably it brought me life, but in a way it killed him, because he was the story that he didn't want to leave Ireland. He loved Ireland, and his whole life he was talking about going back home. Yet he never had that opportunity. Well, I guess he did in a way. He got home, but he was young when he died. So in a way, I kind of honor him and his story, because he was the youngest of 14, the only one that came over here. So we kind of lost track of his family. And one time when I was over in Ireland, I actually heard the president, Michael Higgins, made a statement that really struck me. He was saying that to be forgotten is to die twice. And in a way, so much of my family history, my ancestors, has been forgotten. As an American, I'm very proud of my American heritage. I love being an American. I would say that even these days when I don't agree with what's going on, but I still love being American. Yet I want to honor, when you test my DNA, it comes back that I'm Irish. So I want to find out, I'm hungry to know more about my family stories and what they went through. Hi, I'm Kathleen O'Neill Regan. I am the owner of Lucky You Irish Goods, located in Hampton, Connecticut. I am the owner of an Irish gift shop. It's an interesting way how that came about. I had moved away, was living in Bermuda with my husband, not too shabby, pretty nice. It was a 3-year stint. We became empty nesters, so it was really great. We came back, but for me, living on a tropical island wasn't all that it was cracked up to be. And it made me realize how much I missed being home, and home being in Connecticut. So when I returned home, I was an RN. I had just gone back and gotten my BSN because I was going to need that. So when I came back, I was all set to get into my new career as an RN, get back into the hospital scene. And my mother-in-law just so happened to be ill and was in the hospital on the floor I used to work at, 15 years earlier. And then I realized, I don't know if I really want to be an RN. Most of the nurses I worked with were not too happy. Anyway, at the same time, I heard about this great museum that opened up in Hampton called the Ireland's Great Hunger Museum. So I thought, wow, let me go and check this out. And when I went that day, it was a quiet day and not many people were there. And I went in, and at first you see this really heart-wrenching 14-minute video that set a stage of what had happened back in that time. And to be honest, I did not know that story. Maybe I was ignorant, but My parents didn't talk about it. As a first generation, that was something, I just thought there was a potato famine. Yeah, a lot of people, were hungry and starved, but I did not know the complexity and the devastation, and something inside me just cracked open, and it's like, wow, I need to know more. Ironically, my dad is buried directly across the street, diagonal from that museum. So after that, I had gone to his grave, and I'm sitting there and I'm contemplating, and I'm saying, wow, Dad, it made me understand my father a lot more too. I understand, it just gave me a better appreciation for my dad, which I did not have. And so while I'm there contemplating, talking, saying, okay, what am I gonna do now? I'm back here, I'm turning 50. What am I gonna do the rest of my life? And this idea came. Open an Irish gift shop to complement the museum. And and I grew up in Hamden, Connecticut. I actually went to Quinnipiac, that's my undergrad. So that idea just really rung to me. It just like, wow, yeah, it's something I can do. So the next day I happened to have lunch with a dear friend, like a sister to me, Mary Beth. And I happened to mention this idea to her. Now, Mary Beth is not the person that likes to shop. Mary Beth does not like, she just isn't, the whole shopping experience is not her. So I tell her I want to open an Irish gift shop, and she's like, oh my God, Kate, you got to do that. And then she was saying she was getting goosebumps. Mary Beth is not the kind of person that gets goosebumps. So I was like, wow, I'm really onto something. And then when I shared that with my mom and my mother-in-law, they were all quite excited. My husband, in the beginning, not so much, but he did come along. He did come along. And anyway, so that is the story of the shop. I opened it. It has helped me reconnect with my Irish heritage. Since we've had a family reunion on my mom's side, we're 27 of us from the United States went over, and we all got together in Port McGee. It has just something, it has opened up a part of me that I did not know was there. It is helping me to connect with Ireland in a way that I'm connecting with my grandparents in a way. So it's just been wonderful. Even for my kids, 2 of my kids went there on their honeymoon. I found out I was going to be a grandparent when we were over there at a family reunion. So it's something very special and just very fulfilling by this search I'm having and connecting with my Irish heritage.